Hey guys, thanks for joining. Welcome back to the Capture the Moment podcast here, and today we're talking a little bit about that Avatar alpha or whatever. So, have you seen any of the videos? Like I was telling you a little bit about it. Have you seen either Max or Diaphone or maybe Justin or anyone messing around with it? Or
Yeah, I finally got to see Max playing it, and I saw a few other people playing it, but Max, I really watched him play it, and it looked good. From the four characters, and it seems like it's a lot of combo potential. The graphics look pretty good. I'm kind of interested in it now.
I'm telling you, I'm actually getting psyched for it. To be honest, I assume it's coming out on all consoles. And these alphas and betas, they're always Steam. I'm like, could you guys not ever have one that you can download on the PlayStation and also be part of the beta or alpha, or I don't know, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I see they finally announced 2XKO is coming to consoles next month.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's coming to console.
Now it's supposed to be free to play.
Yeah, it's still supposed to be free to play.
So how does that work? You can unlock characters, or you have to buy access to characters?
That's the question. I'm wondering because it's a free to play game, so I'm thinking I don't know if they would charge for the characters. Maybe like the aesthetics and stuff. You have to pay for it because the game has to make its money somehow.
Like Killer Instinct had this thing where it was free to play, and it started off with Jago, then it switched to like Saberwolf, and it would rotate. So basically, the free to play character still forced people that were 100% free to play to try other characters, because then if you're only messing with Jago, you'd lose access to Jago, and now all of a sudden all you got is Saberwolf. And so I think the idea is to make people try multiple characters to kind of understand the game better, to understand matchups better, all that kind of stuff. Obviously understanding a character and how they play is better when you're fighting against them too, to know what they can do, what they can't do, what their strengths and weaknesses are. I thought the four characters was going to be a little detrimental, and I will say, it's a little lackluster in the fact that, okay, there's only four characters. However, the grooves or the assist manipulation of the character, changing how the character plays a little bit, and on top of the move, I don't know if you've seen, Max did it in the video, a couple people have done it in the video, but they've shown the move list, and dude, it's like Tekken. There's like 40 moves, special. Dude, I mean, the move list for these characters are ridiculous. Like, there's like 100 things they can do. So, and a lot of them are like situational. Like if a character has a Rekka, they can do like 10 different variants out of it. Like, you could end it with this or end it with that, or this sets up this or whatever. So to me, it looks really exciting. And today I just saw the video of Max messing around with Korra. And dude, she's ridiculous too. I mean, it's like every character just has these combos that go on. And dude, it to me, feels very like MVC esque in the combo system, and another one I used to like back in the day that it was weird because at the time it wasn't on console was Melty Blood, and at the time I was playing it on PC.
How was that game? I never played it.
Well, I played one version, and this was like the third or fourth incarnation of the game, because it came out, it was originally like a PC game and like kind of made by indie developers, and it was one of these where like, dude, you could do almost anything. Like, you come up with these crazy combos and re-loops and re-grabs and crazy extenders and whatever, and then I didn't have any way to play it after that, and then it went to like PS3 or 4 or something, and I didn't have it at the time, and so then I just kind of stopped playing. But just having a certain amount of freedom in the game to kind of have this feeling like you can kind of do whatever you're, also a little MVCI-ish in the fact, like, your brain starts like, oh my god, wait, if I do this and I can do this, and then and coming up with all these like ideas of like combo routes and setups and all this different stuff, and I'm like, man, this game is looking sick. I thought when I first saw the game, Button Checker Nesto, he's like, oh, I'm not the biggest fan of it, or not a fan of how it looks or something. And I kind of was somewhere in between. Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I get what they're going for. I know the anime had like a certain look to it, and they're kind of very trying to emulate that. But
when I first had like a Blaze Blue type of style, didn't it?
No, I mean, it is. I don't know. It is what it is. But I mean, the thing is that like, I guess, unfortunately, a lot of the showcases at the beginning were Aang or whatever, the wind guy, the bald monk guy, and and I think he probably looks the worst out of the entire cast. Like, because he's bald, like the other characters, they're animated, like you see their hair moving when they're just in a neutral stance, like the way their animations are for some of their moves, and they look pretty dope. And I really have, even just in that couple days of footage, kind of grown to think like the artwork style is definitely working for me. But that's less of it, compared to the game mechanics seem so ridiculous. Like the neutral, the mix-ups, the setups, like crazy combo stuff. And I'm like, damn, dude, like...
Yeah, it's got potential, and it's so crazy because, and you probably, read the room too, I'm kind of worried about Tokon, man.
Tokon, yeah. I don't know what's... I feel like Avatar all of a sudden came out and like pulled the rug out from under. It's like this game is so open and like show your creativity and do all this different stuff, where Tokon feels to me still a bit like dial a combo and rinse, wash, repeat. Now there are some things, and some of the matches I've seen people playing, it's looked a little better. But I'm like, and the fact that it's a 4v4, it feels almost like it has a smaller cast than Avatar, because of it being a 4-on-4 game with like 6 characters. Feels smaller than a 1-on-1 with 4 characters somehow. Right. And because of each of those characters of Avatar have 3 different versions technically.
Right. Yeah.
And crazy ass, huge ass move list, with tons of stuff, where again, Tokon feels like each character has probably 4 to 5 special moves. I mean, if you go to Marvel, Cap has whatever, shield slash and charging star and uppercut, and there you go, there's his moveset. Everything else is just normals and maybe command normals, grabs, different stuff. And then there's stuff that's in engine, like the extreme knockback, that the stage transition, and get another character, or the launcher and the whatever, and instant tag and counter tag, and whatever. And like, there's a lot of mechanics in the gameplay of Tokon that I almost feel like, in a way, slowed down the gameplay because of so many mechanics. Like, where everything just feels seamless in Avatar. Like, you're playing and there you go, and you're off to, neutral. There's no like, oh, well, I need to tag out, but I got punished because I tagged out unsafe, and this and this, and and sometimes, like, I mean, dude, I'm seeing it's weird to me that Tokon went with the rounds versus one long match. I'm so used to Marvel
everybody
being
having
like
a health bar.
Yeah, and so sharing a health bar, and like they were saying, and I've seen earlier in the previous footage that a couple times, a happy birthday, and dude, the damage is ridiculous because all 3 are taking like unscaled it basically triples the damage. It's all of a sudden, it's not like, oh well, this is damage you're taking, but it's on an assist that's recovering health constantly. Like, It's not like that. Like, if you call it your assist, it's taking damage off your main bar,
Yeah.
but just faster, you know, or amplified. So I don't know, man. I mean, dude, I'm not trying to prejudge anything. I'm just trying to look at what I look at, and you know, Spider-Man looks sick, and
Ghost Rider look all right too. You know, I don't know, man. I just think, honestly, I feel like they need to go back to the drawing board. I don't think they thought it through, having 4-on-4. It's a few things, because when Max, you know, we all follow, Max. I follow a lot of guys, Diaphone, Say Jim, Jim Crow. I follow a lot of fighting game dudes.
Yeah.
But when Avatar came out that Thursday night, I saw him streaming. I watched it, right? So then everybody was even in the chat like, yo, Tokon's up. Max act like he fucking ignored it. So the next day, I'm like, okay, I know he'll be on Tokon today. He streamed Avatar all fucking Friday. I was like, okay, he doesn't like it. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? So then I started finding people that were streaming. So I watched a couple other guys, that were streaming. And I'm like, okay, it looks about the same. Yeah, that one, I guess the X-Men Academy stage, that shit looks sick. All the X-Men in the background. But the fact that he didn't play it, and he didn't, he said that he had played it off camera, but he didn't play it on stream, that says a lot. So I'm like, wow, he must really fucking hate the game.
No, dude, he did play. He did play it at one of the streams. Did? Yeah, it was okay. I forget, because keep in mind, like, and it's weird. I'll wake up at, like, let's say 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
6 in the morning, and he'll be live, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, and I think he's still finishing up from the night, like, because of being Cali time, and 3-4 hours, he's playing, and maybe he's up till 2 or 3 playing. And for me, I'm waking up at 4:35, and I'm seeing him online, and I'm like, oh shit, like, but yeah, like, he did these streams where he was playing multiple games, like KOF, Avatar, and Tokon or something, like, messing around with different characters. Because is Mr. Biggs out now in KOF or not yet?
I don't know. I have to check.
But yeah, man, dude. And I didn't even want to get into a crazy talk, but I thought, to me, Avatars looked sick, and it's like reawakened this thing where I'm like, dude, I get frustrated on Marvel 2. My inputs aren't coming out. I'm playing, I stream, and like, dude, like, drop shit, and input's not working great. Now, I know it's also my stick too, because I don't have a gate in there. Yeah. But my thing is, I didn't have that issue in Marvel 3 that I have in Marvel 2, because Marvel 2 is so tight with its inputs. It's like hyper tight. Like, you have to be so precise to do Sentinel reflies and Hyper Viper beams. In Marvel 3, dude, your stuff almost comes out on auto. Like, it's like it's way more generous in your inputs.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the way that the game plays will feel really good, and I won't have issues with inputs and stuff like that. And who knows? I mean, but I'm definitely going to get it and check it out, And I mean, if Avatar is $60 or a free to play, or however all these games are working, I'll just get them and stream it a bit and try to get good at it, whatever. Whether I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing, and I'm gonna dedicate myself to maybe try to get it back in the tournament scene, or if I'm just gonna play it casually, whatever. But they look fun as hell, and if you're on PlayStation 5, I forget, do you have a PS5?
Yeah, I got one.
So, I mean, if you got it on there, we could mess around on it. I mean, if you have more friends on Xbox or whatever. But, dude, I could almost sell my Xbox at this point. Like, dude, I haven't played it in 2 years, I don't think. Since I got my PlayStation 5, I haven't touched it. I haven't turned it on once.
Which Xbox do you have?
Xbox One, Xbox One X. Not Series X. And that's the dumbest thing. Those names and the differential, like an Xbox One X and an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X, like, those are terrible differences.
It can
And, you know,
easy to get
you send a
confused.
parent to go, oh, I want the Xbox Series X, and she comes back with an Xbox One X.
Right,
And dude, you
right.
can't blame her for that. That's just retarded, honestly. Like, it's terrible names. You gotta, did you see that thing? And I know you gotta go here soon. Tyrone Magnus, and I don't get a lot of news from him, but I saw a video, and I was like, damn, dude. Like, they said the article or whatever he was talking about was that Steam is supposed to be coming to PS6. So that
I saw that thumbnail.
will
I
have.
didn't watch the video.
So
Yeah,
if that's true, dude. Well, first of all, I don't know how it would be true unless they put some kind of computer operating system, almost like a Windows emulator or something. Because the thing is you have Steam coming out with the Steam Deck and the Steam stuff. So how would they allow? Yeah, why would they allow Steam to be on PS6, which is like technically their competitor, but maybe they figure that's just that many more sales that they'll get on Steam of their games. Like, maybe that's their bigger focus.
I mean, it depends. First of all, like, if the Steam machine is crazy expensive and the PS6 is cheaper, or even that new Xbox, because pretty much these are fucking PCs at this point. Even at this point, like the PS5 and even the Xbox Series, they're like PCs to a degree. I mean, granted, very low grade PCs. So these next consoles, the PS6 and whatever the new Xbox is going to be called, they're going to pretty much be PCs. So they can have Steam on it, but to me, the X factor would be how expensive the Steam machine is. If it releases at a reasonable price and competitive price toward the PS6 and the new Xbox, then yeah, you know, I don't see why they would put it on there, because if that's the case, Microsoft could put, you know, Game Pass on the PS6.
Oh, know? Yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, is that kind of another perspective is that, like, you know, I don't know. I mean, for me, PlayStation 5 is cool, but, you know, I like the simplicity of a game console over necessarily, you know, but the thing is, like, you had stuff like Monster Hunter was a huge issue this year, and it's compatibility within Windows, and you have these people with monster PCs, and somehow it still can't play the game properly. Yeah. You know, like, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Like, Max is a huge streamer, has top of the line, you know, whatever it is, the graphics card, the 4050, or, you know, whatever, all these, and still having trouble running it, where, like, me playing Monster Hunter on the PS5, I had no issues whatsoever. I mean, maybe a few times I had little clipping things or something, but, like, that was it, you know? Yeah. And, like, not to the point of, like, it's unplayable or, you know, whatever. And so I'm like, how is PCs having all this issue when I'm playing on console and having no issues?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean,
so maybe some of the Steam stuff is to prevent that. Like, by having Steam on a PS6, it can use that hardware that's more, or to be able to say, okay, if you're making this game for Steam, make it so that it functions on a PS6, so that, you know, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
just making it more a compatibility issue, making it try to solve these compatibility issues that seem to keep popping up in some random games. And I mean, to me, I don't know, at a quick glance, Monster Hunter looks pretty good and impressive, but it doesn't seem like, oh my god, this is so, how can the system even handle it? This is so ridiculous. Right. It just looks, you know, it looks pretty good on the system.
You look at, like, okay, max frame rate, we might get 60, but, you know, these PCs, they might be running Monster Hunter at 120 frames. You know, which is ridiculous. I don't even think I've ever seen anything.
Well, that's part of the conversation is like, I mean, if you're going to have compatibility issues, you might want to have, like, hey, you know, like the same way in Monster Hunter, you get in this one menu and there's limiters. And for the PlayStation, you can see that in the game they allow you to do like 60 frames, but PlayStation 5 only it maxes it out it caps you off at 30.
Okay.
To prevent that happening. So you have all these diehard PC guys where maybe Max wouldn't have issues if he was playing at 30, but because he's playing at 60, trying to play the highest fidelity, the highest everything, then yeah, the game maybe can't handle that or the whatever. So it's like, but just having like some universal settings of, hey, these settings, you know, will make it work. It'll still look really good. Almost like trying to say the difference between like PS5 and PS5 Pro. Like if you said, okay, well, you're gonna PS5 Pro is the equivalent of playing it on PC, and so unfortunately for this game to have it run smooth and well, you're gonna have to play it on the settings for a standard PS5. Like, if there's people that butthurt about that, then dude, you need to find a new hobby at this point. Like,
yeah, I agree with that. You know. But yeah, but I'm gonna have to hop off.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Good talking to you, and we'll talk later or something.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk later.
All right,
buddy.